Welcome to your new client portal. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can look at your estimates, your invoices, add cards on file, and navigate this new client portal. So the main page is your dashboard, and that's going to show you all of your information, and you can update this at any time by clicking the edit button, and you can edit your name, your address if you move, contact information like email, cell phone, etc. You can see your current outstanding balance from invoices that have been sent to you, how much you've paid so far, credit you have available on your account, and how many invoices you have past due. You can also see a credit card added by you and a bank account added by you, and you can add these here. And then if you scroll down the bottom, you'll be able to see visits, meetings, and to-dos set for you here. So we can see that there's going to be a visit to my property to perform an item or service on July 11th. At my primary property, which is this address here, and it has not been completed yet. So this is my next visit that the business is going to arrive at. First things first, you're probably going to want to add a credit card on file, and you're going to want to go to either My Profile, Add Credit Card on File, or click one of these settings here. But this is under the My Profile page. You can add a credit card here, and I will add one. So we can add a credit card here, and we can see that we can edit the credit card info once it's added. And then also it'll say business name is authorized to automatically charge this card for services rendered. By putting your credit card on file, you're allowing them to charge the card. You can also add a bank account. To do this, you're going to want to enable a user login. So we're going to send an email here. And set a password. You can see in the top right, it says save successfully. So now we can add a bank account. Let me pull up a bank account here, just a test one. Doesn't show any real information. There we go. So we can connect a bank account here. It's going to pull up Plaid, which is the industry standard for encrypted, safe ways of adding your bank account. So you can click continue, and you'll be able to enter in your phone number as well, and search for all of your different bank accounts. I will quick add this, and then I'll cut to it as soon as this bank account gets added. All right, so I actually added it from the business side, but this is what it looks like here when you have a bank account added. You'll be able to connect to it through Plaid, like I said, the industry standard, keeping it secure and encrypted. The business can add a credit card on file for you, and you can add a card on file for you, so you can have two cards, and you can also have two bank accounts. You can add one, and they can add one as well. If they add one to your profile, it will send you a confirmation email and ask you to put in micro deposits to confirm that you have access to that account and it is yours. And you can also see the payment history. You can see added and removed to keep accurate logs there. A user login is required to have a bank account on file, but is not required to have a credit card on file. You can add a credit card on file without having a user login, but to keep it very secure, if you have a bank account, it is required to have a user login. And finally on this page, we have the marketing tab. You can receive emails from this business, or you can turn that off to opt out of marketing emails. You'll still be opted into transactional emails, which are estimates and invoices. Now let's take a look at a common scenario of getting an estimate from our business. So we will go to Finances and Estimates, and we'll see we have an estimate right here. So we will click this page icon, and we will be able to take a look at this estimate. We'll be able to see the business and who it's to, date, the items and services performed, and the totals at the bottom. They also add some notes and some terms at the bottom. Just like the other page, you can see a history of all changes made so that you're perfectly aware. And you're going to see that there's a couple checkboxes here. So you can see a couple different line items that we have here. And let's say that I want the recommended one, and there's an additional one that they're offering me, but let's say I don't want that. You can uncheck it, or if you want it, you can keep it checked. You can request changes, which you can type in as much detail as you would like and click send request, and that will notify them that they need to update the estimate and resend it to you so that you can make some changes. You can accept it and you can decline it. Some businesses might require that you have a card on file to accept an estimate. So it'll say it, and it will prompt you to put in a credit card in order to accept the estimate. And we can see from this pop-up here that some businesses also could require a deposit made on an estimate that is over a certain amount of money, and they can set those deposit limits and thresholds. So it'll say, in order to accept this estimate, you must make a deposit of $19.04. First, you have $0 in customer credit, which does not cover this deposit. Do you wish to add the $19.04 needed? I want to, so I click Make Deposit. Are you sure you want to add credit by charging your card? Charge my card. And it will allow me to put in my card information there. And then there we go. It'll show that we have made that credit. And so we can see that in the Payments tab. So now let's go back to Estimates, take a look at it. So we've officially made our deposit. So now we can click Accept. And we now have enough credit to use as a deposit. I would like to accept that estimate. So now we have officially accepted this estimate, and we can see in the bottom, accepted by you. Now let's go to the next scenario, which would be getting an invoice from this business. We can go to Finances and Invoices, which is right above, and we'll see our billed services. So we can click this page icon here. We'll be able to take a look at the invoice that we've been charged. So on June 7th, we had items or services performed for $10. And so adding a little bit of tax, we have $10.88 left to pay. That's what the pay stub would look by. And we also have an invoice history as well. So to pay this invoice, we're going to want to click Pay Online, to Pay Now. And then we have a whole bunch of different cards on file. We have card on file, bank account, pay partially by either of those methods, or pay your entire account balance. This would be if you have multiple invoices, you can pay all of them at once. So let's just pay this invoice with the card on file. And we can either pay with another card or pay with the card we have on file. I'll click with card on file. And you can add a tip as well. So like, let's say we want to add a 10% tip and click pay. Now it'll show that it is paid in full, and you'll be able to take a look at all of your information here. Payment made, viewed a couple times as well. You're also going to see that there's an invoice date and invoice due date. The first date is the date that it was sent to you, and the next date is the day that it is due. They usually put in the terms or something how much it will increase by, but if there is a due date, that means if the invoice is not paid by this due date, then there will be a late fee added onto the invoice. So you want to make sure that you pay that accordingly. Now let's take a look at the other pages on our client portal, which would be Finances. We already took a look at payments, but this shows all the payments we've made in our account. And then Documents will show any documents that you've been sent or files that you can upload as well. Pictures, we can see before and after photos that are attached to the visits that the business uploads to our property. For example, if they go and mow our lawn, they can do a before where the grass is tall and an after where it's nice and short. And then we can see that on this tab here. If your company enables work requests, you'll be able to click this work request tab and submit a new request where you would like to get services. If they don't have it enabled, it'll still show, but when you click it, it will just take you to the dashboard page. So do not be alarmed if that happens. You would probably just want to reach out to your company directly. And there's also the Rate Us tab where you can submit a review. And then that is the entirety of the client portal. If you have any more questions, the business that is working with you will surely gladly be able to help you out with any other questions. But that is how you can use the client portal for your new setup.